people always overestimate what they can do in 1 month, and they, underestimate what they can do in 1 year.
Yeah,
So
correct.
they always do this.
Yeah.
Very great.
And we often talk about positive thinking, negative thinking. Yes, there is nothing wrong in it. Think positive. But we barely talk about positive actions and negative actions, where again the
Yes.
law of inertia comes in place. If the first thing in the morning, instead of making my bed, which is again a positive action because it gives me a positive signal to my subconscious mind that I'm an organized man, I'm a disciplined man, I do first things first. But instead of that, I just pick up the phone and check my WhatsApp messages. There's a whole spiral of negativity which goes. So that action is a negative action. Checking phone as the first activity when I wake up at 5:30 a.m. is a negative action. Making my bed as the first activity when my alarm goes off at 5:30 a.m. is a positive action. And then positive action will lead to more positive actions. Again, the law of inertia. Why? Because it's not just about making the bed. It's about sending the message to my subconscious mind that I'm a disciplined person, I'm an organized person. So there is a high chance that for the rest of the day, I will watch good TED Talks, I will read book, I'll eat healthy, I'll prefer an apple over a cup of tea. Okay. I will not watch random videos of Kapil Sharma on YouTube. But the first thing I do in the morning is check WhatsApp messages or scroll the Instagram feeds. There is a high chance that I eat something junk from my fridge, eat biscuits, yeah, avoid the apple, watch Netflix, binge watch a web series on and whatnot, So a negative action will lead to more negative actions. Simple. A positive action will lead to more positive action. Yeah. See, a person who is down with 2 bottles of beer will never feel like eating an apple after that. He always feels to eat some oily butter chicken and those fried French fries. Yeah. But interestingly, you don't feel like having tea after having an apple. See
Yes.
how it works?
That's
Yeah. The positive action leads to more positive actions.
yeah. So I have one thing for you, Amrit. Like, why is that so? Like a lot of times where we are in, like I don't know what kind of environment you live in, but a lot of people are, I know these people because of they are my friends and they are my juniors. Actually, these people, a lot of people are, and we have always seen that on the roads or whenever in our friend circle also, a lot of people who have some drinking habit or smoking habit, they don't feel shy or they don't feel insecure. They feel proud about that. But these are the people when they are in the outside, when they are traveling, and if they want to open the book from their bag, actually they carry the book when they are traveling. But these people think 100 times to open the book. But there are the people who are doing a lot of, you know, lot of bad things in the society without having any shame. Why these people are feeling so much terrified to do good things actually? So what made them to feel like that? These are the people, like I have, they always used to come and tell me that their experiences whenever they travel or whenever they go out, they feel insecure about themselves and they feel inferior in front of the others. So what people will think if I open the book? So how they should change this process of thinking?
No, I think you hit the bullseye. Uh, See, I call it as there is one change, a keystone change. You change one habit and all other things will fall in place. Okay. Instead of directly attacking on alcohol, which is just a symptom, alcohol is not the problem. So if you must have observed, I have many friends in the gym. Most of those who are drinkers end up leaving the workouts gym after a few months. They don't continue. Whereas whenever they are in the gym, they work out rigorously. They really work hard as I do. But then the motivation is lost after a few weeks or months. It's not just about the physical change. It's not that because they are drinking at night and it's affecting physically, it is affecting them psychologically. कि अरे कल रात को मैंने इतना गंदा I did injustice to my body. I know alcohol is all empty calories and useless. Then what's the use of going to the gym in the morning? Anyway, I've ruined my body. Are you getting my point? Again, the same message that last night's negative action will not lead me to a positive action of going to the gym. So what I did was I had done all these mistakes. 6 years ago, I was not the man that I am today. I had all the bad habits. I was a couch potato, used to watch Kapil Sharma for 6 hours in a row with those noodles and French fries in my left hand and right hand. Yeah, remote. And there were maids in the house. I never used to go out to the kitchen and bring my glass of water. I was so lazy, I was overweight by 15 kilograms. Yeah, and then I looked myself into the mirror one day and said, this guy is going to appeal to the youth of India to make India read. He is not booklet guy. He's booklet uncle. And then I decided that instead of fixing all the problems, yeah, a drinking problem, distraction, eating junk food, overeating, yeah, gossiping, etc., and too much of entertainment, yeah, too many friends, too much of music. See, nothing is wrong. All these are not wrong. Too much of it is wrong. Yeah. So what I decided was, let me fix one thing only and check what happens. I decided to work on my body. Okay, let me bring my body back to shape. I should have a very aesthetic body in next 2 years. And interestingly, when I started working on my body, other things which has nothing to do with exercise also started falling in place. Now that I am doing a lot of justice to my body in the morning, I don't feel like eating junk food. Yeah. And now that I'm feeling as a great person, as a responsible person who is taking control of his life, I don't feel like watching a lot of entertainment. And I started reading more books. So you see, find out that one keystone activity, which will have a domino effect, and it will take care of all other things. You don't have to fix everything in your life.
Yes, great. That's what I always used to feel like when I started reading, and I after completing 1 hour reading, if I want to open any comedy video, I feel immediately like, no, this is not what I belong to, and then immediately I skip and I try to watch some other video which is something useful for me. So that's how one thing immediately have impact. So I would like to introduce one person in this class. He's very special in this class because a lot of youngsters, and we are around age of 20, 23 in between. But here is a one person who is having 40 years, and he also has been a teacher, and then he just wanted to improve his communication to help his students even more better. So we have one of the youngest person, and his name is Somnam sir, and he just wanted to ask you one thing. Yeah, Somnam sir, go ahead.
Hi, Amrut Deshmukh.
Yeah,
Good
hello.
evening to you. I am very grateful to you because I am using your app, Booklet app, freely, and I have IQ is 22 points. But
Areva.
I have average reader, I think. Average reader. I have one question to you. Motivations gives us to do work, or our works motivate to success? Motivation gives us to success, or success gives us to motivation? Which is the right?
Yeah, I think I have partially answered this question. It's more about action. See, I feel success is a wrong orientation. We all talk about success, how to succeed, how to become successful, how to achieve the goals, right? I think, again, success is overrated. Instead of having a success mindset, we should develop a craftsman mindset. A craftsman, a person who is painting a picture. He's so lost in the process of painting that it becomes a unison. He becomes part of that painting. He's so lost in the nitty-gritty, in the minute details of putting that stroke here, putting this black color here, red color here, imagination, that how of imagining how about the outcome, etc., etc. So success is the end destination. I agree, there has to be a goal, there has to be an end point. But then once you have the goal, you have to detach yourself from the goal and get lost into the process of achieving the goal, which is nothing but your next 5-minute action. We all talk about your 10-year dream. What is your 10-year dream? Parents say, where do you see yourself 10 years down the line? Yeah, fine. There's nothing wrong in asking this. But nobody talks about what is your next 5-minute action. Yeah, that 5-minute action will lead you to your 10-year dream. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So again, I think this answer is related to the previous discussion. All right. So
In
it's
your
more
book,
about, yeah, let me complete. So when I realized that I am a highly distracted man, I came across a very interesting exercise in one of the books called Deep Work, where the author has not mentioned this exercise in the book, but I learned from him from one of his interviews. There is something called anti-to-do list. We all know what is to-do list. So whatever plan I have for the rest of the day, मुझे ये करना है, I have to do this, 5-10 activities, right? And then what you do is dedicate another page or half of the page where you fold a page in between, and half of the vertical page you give for to-do list, half of it for the anti-to-do list. Now, what is anti-to-do list? Very interesting term that I came across is things that you did during the day which were not part of your original to-do list, but you end up doing it anyway. Not necessarily they all are bad. There are some things you did not think of when you made a to-do list. You just skipped. It was important, but you just skipped, right? And then you have to do it. For example, I'm an employee in an organization, and I get a call from my boss that keep aside everything. We have an urgent meeting. Make a PowerPoint presentation in next 20 minutes. Yeah, I have to do that. It was not part of my to-do list. So that will become part of my anti-to-do list. Now, write down all the things that you did which are not part of your to-do list. And if that is longer than your to-do list, you are a highly distracted person. That means you made a to-do list, but it remained on paper and you did something else. So not doing something is more important than doing. We never talk about these things because talking about not doing doesn't make sense. I did not eat those 2 biscuits today. It's not glamorous. It is not Instagrammable. How will I show it on Instagram that I did not eat 2 biscuits? I did not gossip with my friend today. No, how will I prove it? But then it is so very important that if I don't do those unproductive things, that will give me the foundation and time to do those important things which I have planned on the piece of paper. Yeah. So always try this out, anti-to-do list. And I felt so ashamed when I did it for 4 weeks that 80% of the things which I did were not part of the plan. That means I was so distracted. Then I realized that what you don't do is more important than what you do.
Hi,
Wait,
Amrut.
one more question.
Yes.
I have.
Yes, Somnath. Yeah.
You published one book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective Readers. I think you mentioned 6 habits directly, but the 7th habit you didn't reveal directly. But I think the 7th habit you read continuously every day. That is the 7th habit. I don't know about that.
Okay.
That's why.
Yeah, thanks for asking this question. Very interesting. Yeah, I kept it as a secret for a reason that you have to master first 6 habits first, and then you qualify to learn the 7th habit. 7th habit is the mother of all the habits, all the previous 6 habits. It is most important, and I kept it secret. So if you achieve a reading IQ of 30 in Booklet app, the 7th habit will be revealed to you. And the 7th habit is so important that I'm going to write an entire book on it. So it deserves an entire book. So that's my upcoming book. I'm not going to reveal the habit. I want you to wait. Your IQ is 22. So another 8 points and you'll know what it is.
Okay. Thank you.